Hello, this is Yo Sensei. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to build various types of tables using Rhino 3D. Tables have common dimensions for different functions. We will cover various techniques to design the table. 1. Desk with a combination of primitive shapes. 2. Dining table by extruded legs. 3. Rounded dining table with twisted legs. Number 4. Coffee table with an organic base. We will use very basic commands for Rhino for this tutorial. It should be relatively easy to follow. Okay, so let's go ahead and build these tables. So the first thing that you do is when you open this file, there are different tables that has, this one is a desk that has dimension of 60 inches by 30 inches by 29. This one is a rectangular dining table. And this one is a round table with this kind of meshed support. And this one is a coffee table that has this kind of very organic type of base to it. So we will get to that. First, I think what we have here is that if you look at view properties, the properties of the view, this one has a very long view of camera length. So you can change camera length to something standard like 35 millimeters. I think that's going to give you a better kind of perspectival view. You can right click here and find viewport property as well. Okay. So now we have this kind of template. The way this file works is that you have this scale template that has these scale templates, and then table 1, 2, 3, 4 are organized in this way. So we can just use this area to build it. So I guess we can just be in our layer 3 or disk 1. So first we can create this kind of box in this area. So you can just click on this box command and then start from here and then go to there, and then maybe type 6 inches for the height of the box. So that's 6. Okay. So now we can just use the gumball tool to just move it to the top. Okay. So that is that. So for the leg, we will find this object by clicking on this object and type ZSA, zoom selected all, and then focus this view on every view. So now I would like to create the leg. So I want the leg to be about 2 inches by 2 inches. So if you have the grid snap on, then you can just draw using the grid, or you can just type 2 and then 2, enter. Now we can determine the height of it. So you can go into the right view of this and then bring it to the top or bottom of it. So this is 2-inch leg. So we can just type copy or click on copy from here and then copy it to 4 different places. Okay. So now we have these legs. So now we can just take this leg and then find it in the right view and then copy it again using copy command. And then just rotate it by using gumball, and then move it to where it goes. And then you can use the gumball tool to extend it. But the better way to change the length is that scale 1D command. So if you type scale 1D like this, then you can click on the origin point and then reference point and then extend it. But in order for you to do that, your project snap needs to be on right here. Okay. And then I am going to copy this object from here to this side. Okay. So in my perspective view, I would like to create a hole in this so that I'm going to just use my top view to draw front view to draw this opening. So this is a box that we have, so we can just make it 1 inch smaller. So just start from 1 inch inward from both sides, and then 1 inch inward from the end, and then just extend this line. So now we have two objects here that are this box and then this cutting object that is 1 inch smaller. So you can run Boolean difference command, and then take this one out of this one. So we have a nice table. Maybe I would like to add one more horizontal piece. And then move it here. And then scale 1D. Okay, so that is our table or desk. That's the first one. Number 2. We would like to build this kind of dining table that has this kind of nice diagonal leg, which is quite nice. So we are going to do that. So again, we can just click on this object and type GSA, zoom selected all, to focus around this area. So that's nice. So I'm going to activate my table 1 layer, and then start drawing this 3D box. That is, the tabletop should be about 2 inches. Then you can just move it to the top. Okay. So the next thing that I would like to do is to draw this diagonal leg. So now we are seeing too many things here. So what we can do is select all of these previous one and ones that will come up, and then just type hide. So you can just hide everything else. So in the right view, we have a clear view of what it should look like. So in this right view, I am going to draw one kind of leg that is going to touch down on touch down on the edge. Okay. So now we are going to extrude curve, and then make sure that your solid option is on, and then extrude for like maybe 1 inch. Okay. So now this object can come to your table, okay, like this. But I think it's a little bit too boring if it's just straight. So I think this leg should rotate. So I can just rotate this a couple times. And then it's going to be problematic if this leg is actually not touching the ground in this case. So I am going to go back, Control Z, and then just go ahead and extend this table leg a little bit. Okay, and then rotate it, and then make sure that your table leg is going across the bottom line. And then what you're going to do is to just draw a line at the bottom with polyline tool. Draw a line, and then type trim, and then select the line, type enter, and then cut off this part. Okay. But if you run the trim tool, what you will notice is it says open poly surface. So what that means is that this object is open. So what you can do is run cap command to cap it. So now this one is closed, poly surface. So the rest of it is you can just keep mirroring this object. So type mirror, and then start from this midpoint, hold shift to the other side, and select this one as well, mirror, and then click on the middle midpoint, hold shift, and then mirror again. So now we have this beautiful mid-century like table built. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so now we have this. What is the opposite of hide? opposite of hide is show. Okay, so if you show, then everything will be visible. Okay, so now we can just hide everything, but the rounded table. So you have this round table that has this kind of detail of things getting rounded, and then you have this kind of wire mesh thing that is going to kind of twist, showing twisting shapes. So let's get to that. So I am going to go and find my scale template and type GSA, zoom selected all. So now we have this. So in order for you to draw circles around this one, you need to activate the center object snap. Okay. So first, and then you can have the project object snap on, and then find a cylinder. Okay. So if you move your mouse closer to the edge of this circle, it's going to find the center point. If you are in the center point, it's kind of hard to find it. So something like that. And then bottom leg, bottom base is going to be relatively small, so you can just draw it and then extend it like 2 inches. And then also draw the tabletop. And then tabletop moves up. Okay. So we have this kind of like base and the top type of situation. So now we are going to draw 2D circle, slightly smaller than your object. So you can just turn off grid snap, and then, you know, for the base, and then also for the top, slightly smaller than both objects. So now this one for the top can come up, and then using grid snap, you can just go up, move up, and then this one is going to be on top. So you have this this curve and this curve. Okay. So now what you can do is you can just draw turn off project. Okay. And then draw from, and then also turn off center point. And let's find a point in the line, quadrant point of this curve, and then find another point on this curve. Okay, so this is straight. Okay, so we could actually just draw everything manually, but that's going to take too much time. So what we would like to do is to use array polar command. So in order for us to use array polar command, so let's see what it does. Array polar. So if you look at the command help, array polar, you can find it in a way that you can copy object in this radial manner for however many times as you can. So I'm just going to select this object, okay, and then turn on center for object snapping, and then array polar. And then always read this description, okay? So center of polar array is the center point. And then number of items. I'm just going to do 20. And then angle to fill is 360. So by doing that, you can create this kind of line that are copied in this multiple way. Maybe 20 is too small of a number. So I'm just going to increase the number to array polar 40 times. Okay. So that is going to give us this kind of line, which is nice. But what I would like to do is start twisting these lines. So, you know, I think that'll be interesting. So what I'm going to select is this one. But if you select everything from here, you are going to select this object in the scale template. So you can just simply turn off the scale template layer. And then you can just select it. Okay. Now we have all of these lines selected. What you can do now is turn on control point by pressing PON and to turn on control points. So now I am going to go to my right view and then select from left to right of all these points. And then in the top view, I am going to add twists to it. So that's nice. Okay, so after twisting, you can select all of the line and type pipe. And then pipe radius should be something like 0.1 inch. Okay, so that is it. So that's how you create this kind of beautiful, waffle-like table. You can add more twist and test some other ways to make it. Okay, so I am going to select this, hide. So now the next command is show selected. So if you type instead of show selected, what it's going to show is what all of the hidden objects. And then you can select what I want to show and then just show selected. So that's a faster way of doing this. So now the next one is we have this kind of, wavy organic form that is performing as a coffee table. So we are going to create that. So going in, show selected, and then hide what I don't need. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to create 3 lines using curve interpolate point. And this one, interpolate point lines will give you more strict kind of landing of the curve into the place that you click specifically. So we can just start clicking on these places. Oops. I think if something goes wrong, it's more likely that your project is off. So turn on project to go that. So interpolate line, and then have this one come down, like center, turn off, like this. Okay, so now I have these control points that I'm going to adjust so that the line is going to draw a beautiful S shape, which doesn't come down too much. So you should be able to adjust these curves, how they will go. Okay, so this is a good S-shaped curve. So now it had drawn in a different place, so I can just take it. And then I am going to copy this curve a couple of times. And then on the last one, I think this should be upside down. So you use a gumball to create this kind of, reversed scaling. And then I think one in the middle should be relatively neutral in terms of the plane. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. So let's loft these 3 curves by typing loft, one endpoint, and the other endpoint, the other endpoint. So it created this kind of, pretty relatively rigid line, which I think is fine. But we can just, use different elements to test it. So first, what I would like to do is I think I am going to take this one and then mirror copy this line again so that I have better control over this. Okay, and this one should be in the reversed order. Okay, so now I am going to click record history button and then loft. Take this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. So now we have this kind of, geometry. And now what you can do is, instead of clicking on the resulting surface, you can click on the curve that will create that. So then you can really control how these curves will surface will flow. And I think that's going to give you more control that is dynamic and beautiful. Okay, so you can try that. So you can create this kind of like very expressive surface. And then to add thickness to this, you can run offset surf command, offset surface, and then going down this way, and then distance should be 0.5 inches. 0.5. Okay, and solid. So this gives you a solid object that is a organic bottom. And then you can also then create a rectangle that is slightly bigger, and then 0.5 inch of height for this glass top. So you can have this kind of table that has a glass top. Okay, so that concludes the table lesson, and these are some quick ways of getting up and running with Rhino and making these objects. I hope this was helpful. I will see you in next video. Thank you.